Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you're perking good. Quick disclaimer before we even get into the intro. Alright, for everybody who does not believe in tarot cards, I've had some accurate readings lately. Things have just recently come true, so you might want to give it a chance for a second before you naysay some things. So, anyway, I'll tell you some of the things that have come true here recently. But before I get into that, once again, I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and on these videos we do read the tea with the tarot. So all the videos that I do here are meant to be helpful, not hateful. And if you're down with that, join the family here. We'd love to have you. But getting at my first point that I was going on, so I've done a good considerable amount of readings already on this channel, and several things have already come to light. But because of the topic of this video, you clicked on it because you've been following all of this Onision drama, tea, worse than that, investigations, issues, conspiracies, theories, all kinds of stuff, all things related to Onision. So that's why you clicked this video. So I'll tell you the things that you find the most pertinent. In the last two videos I did, both of them were Onision related, one of which was me using the cards to predict the outcome of the orders of protection for Lucile and Chris Hansen. And if you check out those videos, that video in particular, you'll find that the readings came true, that that court hearing worked out in Lucile's favor and Chris Hansen's favor, which I predicted, but I also predicted that during Lucile's reading that this beef was not over and that more was going to come. And I said in there I wouldn't even be surprised if Onision tried to go a different route to come at Lucile, because this is now a personal vendetta for him, and we're seeing that come true as well. And I also, in Chris Hansen's reading, said that something in this case, you know, with the order of protection against Chris Hansen, something about that was going to backfire and work in Chris Hansen's favor, something that he would be able to use later on down the road against Onision. And that looks to be like it's coming to fruition as well. So more than just the outcomes of the trial, some tidbits throughout those readings that are coming true. I also did a reading about YouTube deplatforming Onision and about the overall outcome of the FBI investigation for Onision in a separate video. So if you want to pause this video, go to my channel, watch those two, kind of get filled in before you watch this one, then by all means be my guest. But otherwise, in this video we're going to use the cards because a lot of people have been concerned about Onision and Kai's children. A lot of people are saying, you know, we're focusing on the victims, allegedly. All of this is allegedly. Everything that we talk about in these videos are allegedly. So people are saying, yes, we're talking about the alleged victims, which is good. We're bringing that information to light. But Onision and Kai's children are victims, allegedly, in their own right. And we have recently heard about the reports that came out last September, in September 2019, about Onision's daughter falling out of a two-story window onto basically the concrete driveway down below. And people have questions. People have questions about that. So I figured we'd use the cards to look into some of those questions, see if we can figure out some things, you know, on behalf of the kids, because they are an area of focus for a lot of concerned people who are following this. So what I want to look into with the cards today about that Was Onision's daughter falling out of the two-story window really an accident, like truly an accident, or was there any alleged foul play involved? Kind of interested in seeing if anything comes out in the cards about whether or not any evidence around that was being concealed, any video evidence or anything being concealed. Kind of interested in seeing how Onision and Kai really feel about their children, particularly their daughter. Kind of interested to see if the reading might even talk about, the future of the kids being in the home / being removed from the home, things of that nature. So we'll see what the cards come up with. We'll see what we can get through in the amount of time that we have today, because I know I don't want to make videos too long to where you don't want to watch them. Alright, forgive the curly hair. Didn't have time to straighten it. I guess you're going to have to deal. This is what it is. This is just what it is, alright? It's just what it is. Okay, so let's get started. Looking into Onision's daughter falling out of the two-story window and trying to find out if it was truly an accident or if there was some weirdness going on around that. So let's just dive in. And already, wow, okay, let's just dive in and see where we're at on this. Wow, 2 strong cards to start everything out. 2 strong, just as, okay. Alrighty, so we're probably going to have to end up just pulling repeated cards after cards after cards to continue with storylines. But what I am seeing, this card, the Emperor Reverse, represents Onision, because with it being in its reverse position, we're talking about someone who is about domination and control. And again, everything I'm saying is alleged. I'm just reading what the cards say, okay? This is just reading the cards. So in some aspects, most people don't even believe this, and this is pure entertainment, right? So, Onision, this is someone, when you see the Emperor in reverse, we're talking about someone who's about domination and control, someone who is very selfish, self-centered, but also very powerful in some ways. And so already we've already got him pulled out into the cards. Moving on through, the Judgment card is here. So this is kind of us saying, all right, it's Judgment Day. Everybody is starting to try to figure out what's going on, and you're held in judgment in social media court per se, because the people are seeing this. They're judging your actions. They're trying to hold you accountable. This is his own version of a Judgment Day. When we're getting to the 7 of Swords in reverse, this is someone who, instead of, if it was upright, I'd say, oh no, warning, somebody is being, sneaky or deceptive or a liar to Onision. But when we're seeing it here in reverse next to these cards, it's saying he is being sneaky, he is being deceptive, he is lying about something. There's something that he's lying about this that he's not wanting to tell us. When we see the Hangman Hangman upright with this, basically that's saying there's nothing we can really do about this right now, because essentially the pause button is put onto this. All we can do is speculate. All we can do is give our opinions and discuss. There's not really anything we can actually do about this right now. Moving into this, interestingly enough, okay, I see what these cards are, but I want to pull some extra before I get into this, because I really like having more context. Woo! Let's let everything shoot out, why don't we? Here's this. Alright, 2 cards flipped over, but I don't just take cards that flip over just randomly. I like to have one at a time if we can, please. One at a time if we can, please. Okay. Yep. Not shocked by that. Not shocked by that at all. Wow. Okay. Let me get a little bit more. This is answering some of those other questions that people were having too. Okay. So, anyway, let's moving on. So we left off with, we're just kind of pausing, we can't really do anything about this but speculate. What we do know, and what the cards are saying, this individual is focused on his own career, his own financial gain. He's focused on being able to move forward with his goals, his craft per se, his MO, as some people would call it, allegedly, and that is his end goal. This stuff happening is making him a paranoid mess. He is a paranoid mess. And the problem here, what is most concerning, because we're moving into some of the questions about how he feels about the kids, what's most concerning here is I've got the King of Cups in reverse and the Ten of Cups in reverse. These are both, like the King of Cups in reverse is representing him in that he is cold emotionally. This man does not know what love is. This man does not know how to feel love. He's paranoid because he's paranoid about protecting his coin, and he's paranoid about protecting his career, what he sees as his career, what he sees as his professional legacy or whatever. That's what he's paranoid about protecting. So he's upset about this accident, allegedly, with his daughter, but not because of being a family man, because of loving her and having those feelings. He's upset instead because of his paranoia about how this may get in his way and affect, his career and affect his financial flow. That's what's concerning to him. With the Ten of Cups upright, look, this is a happy family, married happily ever after. It's in reverse. So what does this actually represent? This is a cold-hearted man that doesn't know how to love. He doesn't have that ability within him, and this is a bad, scary, unfortunate family situation right here. Very unfortunate situation. I'm going to move this card aside for a second because I know where this is going, but before we get into that direction, I want to just kind of pause and look into, was this actually like an accident, or, was there any foul play, or was there not really foul play, but yes, on the negligence, so that it's kind of between accident and not an accident. Yep. Okay, so that's what it is. So, for everybody that says that they think that he pushed her out of the window, that this was intentional, all alleged, what I'm seeing here was that it wasn't that he actively tried to do something to her, but she was set up for failure due to neglect. Because this represents poor planning, poor collaboration, and poor communication. And so this is saying, we didn't plan well because we didn't safety-proof and baby-proof the room. We meaning he and Kai knew through the police report, they even admitted, knew that she was a climber. She was a very active baby. She would climb on top of things. And so what I'm seeing here, this card is funny. I'll get to that in a second. I know what this is referring to, because I was like, why is the strength card here? That's not making sense in here. Yes, it is, but for an interesting reason. So poor planning on their purpose, poor collaboration and planning. The two of them didn't baby-proof the space well enough, and so when she was placed up there, she was able to wander and do this because things were not adequately baby-proofed, allegedly. So this was a neglect issue. So I was looking at this card. I'm like, why do we have the strength card here? What does this have anything to do with? Sometimes I get cards in places that I'm not necessarily intended to read the card. I'm intended to see something about the card that jogs something in my mind as I'm channeling through. And interestingly enough, what this is meant for me to see, you see there, this is trying to pry open this thing's mouth. It's trying to pry open the mouth. Everybody has been saying, how could a baby pry open a window? A baby's not strong enough to lift the window. You're right. You're right. The window was already open. Kai in the report said the window was closed. The window was open. The baby climbed up, the window was open, the baby fell out. It was an accident, but the space was not baby-proofed. It was what many parents would consider neglect. This is all allegedly. Allegedly, the window had already been opened so that the baby could climb and fall out. So, anyway, let's get back on track with this one. We're going into how he feels about his kids and how they feel about their kids. So we've already kind of figured out that this case was not necessarily foul play, allegedly, but it was also not necessarily a full accident, allegedly. That the scene was set up in such a way that this was a negligent case where the baby was able to take advantage of opportunity, and this accident happened as a result of that. Woo! All right, that one came out. This one I think we're meant to have this one too. Okay, so let me keep going. Wow. Okay, so what we see here is the arrogance. How Onision sees himself with his kids is, look at me, I am the charitable funder who is giving you everything that you need. Look at you, sitting here, you pathetic beings, begging for me as God to give you everything that I have. He basically sees his children as, pathetic, drains on him financially. I think that he was probably more excited about Kai being pregnant, like for possible fetish purposes, than he was for actually having children in the world. And the issue here, all alleged, the issue here is that this has caused a lot of strain on his and Kai's relationship. And you can see that in both of these cards, the Lovers reversed and the Two of Cups reversed. This is causing a lot of strain in their relationship, because what he's about, again, is his craft, his MO, his career, his whatever you want to call this that he's been trying to do for years. That's his concern. That's what he cares about. And so that's what he's moving forward with. That's where his ambitions are. That's what he cares about and what he uses his resources towards. So the kids to him are just a drain on him financially. They're just things that he has to, obligations that he has to take care of, but that causes a problem between him and Kai. So if you're ever wondering, does he care about the kids? The cards say no. Does Kai care about the kids? The cards say yes. That's what I'm getting from this. That's what I'm getting from this. Here, let me go ahead and pull these up and reshuffle so that I can keep asking some other questions. I see that we're 18 minutes in, and some of these other questions are, one question that I can think of that I want to ask would be kind of a doozy. So it might take us some time, and I want to be able to have that kind of time. Yeah, let me just shuffle tarot cards just like I shuffle playing cards. Why not? Why not? Why the hell not? Alright, so we'll see what we can get out of this. The thing with pulling cards is we can know, and again, if this sounds woo-woo and wishy-washy to you, you're watching a tarot video, so, take it what you will. But from my experience with this, and again, I've been predicting things accurately, so I don't want to discount my experience with this, but from my experience with this, when I ask things, sometimes I'll get answers to things that that it's okay that I get answers to, and there's sometimes I don't get answers to things, and it's because I'm not meant to for one reason or another, that somehow that would interrupt whatever's going on in ways that it wouldn't be useful for me to know, so I don't get to know about it. And that's just how this works. That's just how this works, because this isn't to spiritual people, this isn't a game, and this isn't for entertainment for spiritual people. it has a purpose behind it and a point behind it, and meant to be helpful and used as guidance, and in some cases used as, hey, this is where the energy is going towards, so if you don't want it to go this way, you better make a change so that you can change the direction of how this goes and you can change the outcome. So sometimes it's useful to use it as a cautionary way to get around something that could happen. So I say all that to say, I'm hoping we'll get an answer on this, but we may not. I want to look into what is going to happen to the kids in terms of, are they going to remain in the home, or are they going to ever be removed from the home? Like, will CPS ever intervene in such that they're actually removed from the home? I'm curious about that. A lot of people are, and I'm hoping we get something on that through the cards. So let's see. Wow. That's the first card. That's the first card we get. Wow. Oh. Ooh. Okay. There's a lot going on in this. Ooh. Okay, hold on. I don't ever usually do this to where I have another row under, but I feel like I have to because it ended on this card. Ugh, come on now. Huh. Well, hell. Okay. Okay. This is overwhelming. We'll see. Okay, this might take a while. So the reason why I was like, wow, this started out as our first card, because this card is basically, because it's in reverse, is like the exact opposite of a happily ever after, the exact opposite of a stable home and family, the exact opposite of celebration. So this card is already what started out to say that right now we have a situation where allegedly this is a very unsafe household. This is a very negative environment for those kids. This is something that's harmful for the kids to be in this environment as it stands. And I don't necessarily mean physically, although if we're allowing physically for kids to fall out of two-story windows, I mean, arguably that's not a safe physical household, but I mean emotionally, this is a really unstable, unsafe household. This here is saying, fortunately, things will start to get better because there's going to be issues with honesty and trust coming up. So something along the way, now this could mean the police and CPS finding that family to be dishonest and having a lack of trust around that, and so they choose to intervene. Or this could be that from the inside of the home that there is a lack of honesty and trust in going on, to where, as we've already seen from the other set of cards, that there's a strain in their relationship between Onision and Kai, to where they're having a harder time being on the same page in their relationship. There's a major strain going on, and this could be them pitting one another against each other, if that makes sense. With this card, this is a walking away from a situation, but this is not necessarily a permanently walking away from a situation. So that's what's interesting here. Walking away, but not necessarily permanently walking away. With the full upright, sometimes that's talking about kids or referring to childlike energy, because this card is like the, childlike wonder and awe, and everything is just free and light and whatever. So this card could be symbolizing the kids. And what's concerning here is I see the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and this kind of signifies Kai not being in the home. I don't know if this means Kai being kicked out of the home. I don't know if this means Kai leaving the home. I don't know if this means Kai being forcibly taken out of the home sometime in the future, like maybe by authorities. I'm not sure if this is, it really could be either Onision kicking her out, her choosing to leave, or some kind of authority intervening and taking her out of the home. But I think that if I had to guess, I think that there would be something involved legally, because when we have the Queen of Swords here, sometimes this indicates an attorney or some kind of a legal authority. But I'm also seeing the Four of Pentacles in reverse, which I think would be referring to Onision, because this is like a greedy male figure, but it's in reverse. And here we go with the Lovers card again. So I have some ideas as to what this means, but I want to have some more cards, again, further the context so we can put more together, because I have some ideas about what this is going to mean. Come on, cards, don't be dropping. Oof. Okay. Wow. Okay. So here's Onision and Kai, and in the middle of here is heartbreak. Something's going, y'all, I don't know what this is, but this is 3 separate times now that I've seen that they have a strained relationship and something's not going on with them. I don't know if we're going to be privy to seeing this, because you know how Onision likes to really hide the ongoings in his home. He doesn't like to let people know what's really going on in his home. So I don't know how long it's going to take for this to come out, but something's going to happen, and the two of them are going to have a total falling out. Something's going to happen, and the two of them are going to fall apart in terms of a pair, in terms of a relationship. The two of them are not okay. They are not okay. This is the heartbreak card. I mean, like, a lot of times when I get 2 people here with the heartbreak card in the middle of them, I mean, that's a breakup in a lot of times, a divorce or a breakup in a lot of times. And I see, like I said, in here, I saw some, temporarily walking away, not necessarily meaning permanently. It could turn into a permanent walking away, but initially it starts out as I'm leaving for right now, or this is just temporary, or I don't, whatever, that there's some kind of walking away from the kids, or being pulled away from the kids, or being kicked away from the kids, where Kai is no longer able to be around the kids, and because of some kind of an intervention with authority, and that negatively affects Greg too, Onision, but that he's worried about his coin and the greed. Not so much about being worried about the kids. He's worried about the coin and the greed. But there's something going on here in their relationship. They're gonna break up. There's gonna be a falling out. There's something going on here, and I don't know when it's gonna be public. I don't know when we're gonna know about that. But the two of them are... Let's see what more we can get. My God. Okay. You know what? Here we go. This is the first reading ever that I've had to start just stacking and doing 9s like this instead of the 6s, because this is intense. Wow. Okay, so the hope, the wish, and the dream is not coming true. The hope, the wish, and the dream is not coming true. This, for somebody is, okay, one of them is thinking this, that the hope, the wish, and the dream is not coming true. This is not worth it anymore. This is not what I thought it was going to be. This is not providing for me financially. This is not providing for me in any kind of an emotional standpoint. And I feel like I need to give up. This is somebody who no longer feels like they're ready to stand up and protect what's theirs. This is somebody who feels so badly bruised and beaten and over it that they give up. Somebody's giving up here. Somebody's giving up. This is interesting. What the hell is going on here? Oh my God. Okay. Wow. Wow. Yeah, see? I'm getting, okay, y'all, and forgive me, I understand Kai is trans male, and so the proper pronouns are he and him, but I'm saying in all of these readings that I've ever done on Onision and Kai, which this now makes 3, so it's not like a lot, but still, Kai always comes up as like the female counterpart to Onision, that you have the king and the queen, or the emperor and the empress, or something like that. So this is Kai struggling really hard to stay in this in the long run, but in his mind, in Kai's mind, everything is starting to crumble down and show for what it really is, and they're starting to realize that in this fight they can't win, and they're tired of the conflict and ready to walk away from it. They don't want to keep going in this. They don't want to start something new and keep going. They want to be done with this. Kai wants to be done. Kai wants out, y'all. Kai wants out. I think what Kai wants is to be able to take the kids and leave and be out. I think that's what Kai wishes, is that he could leave with the children and get out. But there's so much despair and so much, I guess, powerlessness going on that Kai doesn't feel like he can do that right now. He doesn't feel like he can, but he wants out. And I think the issue here is if Kai tries to leave Onision, especially if he were to try to leave with the kids or anything, I think that Onision would put it into that before it could even happen and do something like to Kai that would hurt Kai. All of this alleged, that would be something that would be a deep jab at Kai, being like, oh, you want to leave me? Oh, I see how it is. Well then take this. If that's how you want to play it, you're dead to me. Take this. And like unleash all hell and fury on Kai and throw Kai under the bus for everything. And just like, if Kai were to fully express these thoughts and feelings and emotions, I think that it would ruin Kai. And oh Lord, this is intense. But Kai wants out. Everything in here has just been repeating that Kai wants out, Kai wants out. And that if it was up to him, he'd get out and take the kids. Ugh. Let me see if there's anything else I can get on this. Yep. See? Yep. Here we go again. So again, I keep saying that in the cards, Kai keeps coming up as the female counterpart to Onision. So I'm trying to not be rude, but if I slip in and out and say he, she, it's because I'm just reading the cards and the energy that it is. But here we have Kai in the upright position, meaning that Kai does care about the kids and wants out with the kids. And here we have Onision in the reverse position, showing that once again, if this all hasn't already showed, that he doesn't care, and she's up against someone that, some tyrannical, cold-hearted person. And here we have delays with the hangman reverse. So this just shows that Kai can't get out. Kai can't get out. Kai is stuck, y'all. Stuck. Oh, gosh. This is just a mess. Because the cards are giving me the same kind of repetitive information because apparently that's what's the most important right now. That's the most important thing. Is that Kai's trapped, Kai wants out, and can't get out. Let me pull up all of these because, again, when I start pulling so many that we're only left with half the deck and half the deck is here, I like to reshuffle. Okay, this is 35 minutes long. I need to let me just do the tiniest bit more, and then I'll cut this video to a close. I'm trying to not be super long-winded, y'all, but this is just serious and it's crazy. Okay. All right. Whatever. Oh, there we go again. Oh, shit. Oh my God. Okay. Hold on. Here we go again. Needing the third line. Wow. Oh my God. Okay. Y'all. Trying to keep it together. Wow. Wow. Okay. Here we go again. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of conflict in this home. And Kai's looking out, trying to figure out a way to get out and a way to escape this. But Kai is up against Mr. Scrambled Energy, Mr. Chaotic, Mr. Tornado and a human being, and can't figure out how to do this. So, legally, action is trying to be taken underway through the justice system in order to get the children protected and the children removed. And what I am seeing in line with some of the stuff that we've already looked at is things aren't gonna go well for Kai, because if Kai wants to leave and Onision finds out about that, again, there will be hell to pay for wanting to do something that goes against what he's okay with, and she can get thrown under the bus some kind of a way where, I mean, when the justice card is in reverse for me, whenever I get the justice card in reverse, it means that there is something legally happening within the justice system, and it does not go in someone's favor. So something is going on in the justice system about this, all of this that we're talking about, and it is not going to go in Kai's favor. That will affect the children, and in a negative way. This is something that we're going to have a total outcry, public outcry about what is this bullshit that's going on. This is going to burn bridges, break up relationships, tear things up emotionally. We're talking about a lot of emotional upheaval and craziness from this. My God. And yet, hold on, this card came out and I couldn't tell if it was upright or reversed. Now it came out sideways. Let me try again. You gonna go? Okay. So, see, because we're even getting some of the same cards that we've gotten before. We're even getting some of the same cards that we've gotten before. My God. I wonder, it's like, if she wants to leave, the thing is, she's going to end up paying for it dearly. She's going to pay the highest cost dearly for leaving the relationship. And then Onision's going to make an example of her from doing it to where she gets the shit end of the stick. And I say she again, I'm meaning Kai. Where Kai gets the shit end of the stick and is isolated from everything. Onision would not be affected as much by it. I'm actually seeing another woman coming into the situation. It's almost as if Onision has either some females on the side or a woman on the side or somebody that he would be happy to replace Kai with if push came to shove, and that would feel like, oh yeah, that's something I would rather do. That would be worth it to me. I could switch this out, you know. So like, it's literally that cold and calculated and crazy here of what could happen. So legally, this stuff is in the system. Things are trying to be in the works in terms of trying to keep the kids safe. I see Kai getting screwed over big time. I think he wants to leave this relationship. It's very clear that they're unhappy and that this is very strained. I think that there's I'm seeing some other female come along for whatever reason. Don't know who this person is, but I see some other female coming along. I see everything absolutely tearing down and falling down in this situation, but Onision stays standing and is able to continue on and even create a new family. There's a chance here that Kai could get ditched out of this some kind of way, screwed out of this some kind of way, and ultimately at the end of the day, Onision ends up with another woman, starts a whole new home and family, and Onision keeps the kids and has a new woman in there taking care of them. It looks like that could potentially happen. It looks like Kai could just get thrown under the bus to the wolves. Legally, she gets torn into this whole legal upheaval situation, and Onision is able to replace her / him, with somebody else and start a new family, is what it looks like could happen. I really hope this is wrong. You know? I mean, in a lot of ways, I don't want to be wrong because that's embarrassing. To know that sometimes I, you know, as a person, a fallible human being, I don't always get it correct and I don't always get it right. And that happens, you know, in any profession, in any kind of hobby or job, people make mistakes sometimes. And I would love for this video to be a mistake. I would love for this video to be a mistake. So, word of warning, watch out, Kai. Start to protect yourself. I'm freaked out. Not sure what this whole walking away kind of thing is, being taken away kind of thing is. I would really hope that the kids aren't only, you know, taken away for a little bit of time and then returned home with this in a situation where out with the old and in with the new and then start maintaining on with the family. This is looking absolutely like a total cluster. Stay subscribed if you want to see how this goes, and follow this investigation from here. Yeah, I do some petty drama on this channel. This is the first time I'm actually taking on something that's really big like this, and this is all alleged. All alleged. But like, subscribe, share to people that you think would find interest in this. Let people know about some of these other things that have already come true so that they can have this on their radar to see what else could be coming true after this. Let me know. I don't even know what to ask here. I'm going to have to take some time to process what we just saw, what we just heard, what we just got. This is insane. I gotta process this. I got a kid's birthday party to go to, y'all. I gotta leave in 15 minutes to go to my nephew's birthday party. That's what's important. He's gonna get a Goosebumps book and a Hulk toy. Let's focus on that. All right, y'all. Anyway, I hope to see you back on here for the petty drama and for the scary shit that we're looking into here. So hang along for the ride for both sets of kinds of videos I do, and let's brace ourselves together. All right, y'all. Bye.